Hey everyone, it's your girl Maddie here, aka Beaver Mosh, and today I'm talking to you about Facilis, Descensus, Averno from the Portugal-based Saevus, Finis, and this is a Transcending Obscurity Records release. And this is this debut album from a quite mysterious band. I don't know much about the members, but what I do know is this is a take on dissonant death metal that is dusty, darkly ceremonial, and truly challenging. The music here takes so many confusing turns. It's a record that freely plays with atonality and disharmonious sounds, but keeps that death metal brutality at the forefront. This is a harsh, evil freaking record with hella riffs and plenty of dramatic performances. The track Scourge of Humanity starts things off with these clanging, discordant guitars, these filthy drum fills, and these full rounded low growls that instantly perk me up because now I know that I'm about to get into that disgusting, abrasive death metal sound that I love so much. The band played with a lot of confusing changes in speed and tempo, sometimes throwing in these perplexing little guitar flickers that honestly don't sound like they are in the right song. There's a lot of atonality here, but in a way that sounds like the band is fully in control, always being very intentional. I really like how the double kick sounds here. It's almost hollow, has this lifeless feel. Do you know like that stereotypical 80s rock drum sound? This is the opposite of this. It almost feels muted, but also like very high in the mix in a way that for me creates a lot of exciting tension. On Eons of Spiritual Salvation, once again, I gotta mention the drumming. It's very interesting here. Brutal, bludgeoning, yes, but there's also a lot of color and detail. Just listen to all the various little nuances thrown out on the cymbals here. It's quite satisfying. The guitars play with these short, disparate bursts, sound almost aloof and sloppy in a way that's on purpose. They are going for force over precision here. Violence is the priority. The way all of these kind of spiraling panic leads are thrown in, this is not easy listening. Plenty of passages here are confusing, challenging, and fully vile. Now, to my surprise, Thou Hast Destroyed Itself kind of has a groove to it. A rhythmic nature doesn't seem as foreign as the rest of the album. The guitars even kind of bounce. However, the big difference here is all of these buzzing, dissonant, dark runs that the lead guitar throws around every corner to make this so chaotic. The vocals just have so much presence here, like locked in with this devilish stare. It's nasty, it's occultic, and it's truly believable. The band finds ways to be constantly massively heavy, brutal, and uncompromising while having a keen ear for atmosphere. You can get lost in these tracks and forget that you're being beaten down silly. On Unfulfillment, I love how the band is able to nail this transition from this dismaying, slow, doomy section into this surprising full blast of noisy guitars and drums without showing any cards beforehand. It's totally unexpected. And then they go back right into this dire, almost funeral doom territory. I love when a band understands how to use these stark dynamic changes. It can really make a record, at least it can for me. Overrun by Pest once again shows the band's doom tendencies, some slow, desolate passages that are full of dramatic effect. The guitars here, as they are so often on this record, just screech at you. They are so harsh and unpleasant on the ears, and that is so lovely to me. Corporeal Malfeasant feels kind of mortuary drape inspired for me. In fact, the blunt of the guitars seem to be taken down a notch here for something a bit more ritualistic and airy. It's dark, wicked, and suffocating. It'll feel like smoke is filling the room as you listen to this. I love some of these almost overly exaggerated, ugly slide guitar stuff that is thrown all over this track. It's nauseating. There is so much competing detail on Those Who Aid and Abet. The further you kind of peek your ear in, the more different it sounds. It's like this labyrinth of weaving lines. It's really fun and exciting to try to solve this riddle. There are like these hyper-speed treble riffs that sound like a swarm of killer bees flying straight at you. Corpse of Hope is this undead march through the darkest abandoned crypts, full of like tortured souls. This is what dissonant death metal should be all about. Scarring and hopeless. The snares have this war cry to them, this blood-hungry stomp. And when you pair that with some of these double-tracked vocals, it's just this hell-raising howl. On the closing track, the music will at times do this very interesting thing where it'll kind of fade in texture and activity. The drums will pull off a little bit. The guitars won't be as fast. The vocals will slowly start to peel off. And it's all brought in and out at will. But what never fades is the level of dissonance. It just slowly decays into this mindfuck of atonality. It's this cool little trick the band does. It sometimes feels like insanity, like the music is being detached from any life source, any semblance of life. This is just a dreadful, horrific way to end the album. They couldn't have picked a more terrible way to finish this, and of course I mean all of that as a glowing compliment. Yes, this is a death metal album that is complex and quote unquote artsy, but it's not overly cerebral. It's complex in a way that is just noisy and unflinching at all times. If you like dissonant death metal, if you like that type of stuff that feels like it was crafted in a haunted graveyard, this did a lot for me. Honestly, if you just like riffs, you like great metal drumming, you like listening to music that feels like you are putting your ear into something truly demonic, then woof. Get in on this. High recommendation. And hey, if you like what I do, enjoy my content, tell me. It helps a lot if you hit the like button. It would mean the world to me if you'd consider subscribing. I have a Twitter you can follow. The link to that is in the bio of this YouTube channel and down below. Leave a comment. I love getting to engage with those. Sometimes I get a little behind like I am now, but I will get to everything. I have a Patreon now. Thank you to my patrons already. It means the world. No pressure to give, but if that's a way you want to support the channel, it would help keep it more sustainable. You watching right now, keep it metal. My name is Maddie, aka Beaver Mosh, and I'm signing off.